Hello friends, welcome back to our YouTube channel Nimbus Learning. This is Pankaj Mishra. Welcome you all again at Nimbus Learning platform. And this platform is not our platform, it's your platform. So this platform is fully dedicated for your success, for your bright future. So as all of you know that our most expected question series is going on for the NIC exam, okay, and NIC released huge amount of vacancies for the scientist B and technical assistant A. So guys, this is a great opportunity for you all to get higher salary government job. So for that we are running what live classes, and we are also providing what video, means video on demand, means you can access our videos at your home in this corona time, so you can utilize your time and you can get what higher salary government job. So guys, this is my third video of the compiler design. In this video I have 10 questions. I will discuss each and every question in very detail, and that types of question they can ask you again in that exam. So let's start this series. For more information you can visit our website nimbus.org.in to get the information about the courses which we are running for the NIC exams. So this is my first question. Read the question carefully, and a good question. Various times they ask that types of question. Given the following expression grammar, this is the grammar. E tends to what? E asterisk f slash f plus e, f plus e is here, okay, slash f, f tends to f minus f slash id, f minus f slash id, okay guys. So it is asking you what, which of the following is true, means it is asking you about the precedence of the operators. So as I told you, the operator which is at the lower level in the past tree, the precedence of that operator is higher from the upper level operators, okay. So ये हम कैसे find out कर सकते हैं? Suppose if we have the any string and which string, वो string लेंगे जो ये grammar produce कर सकती है. We need to take only that string which this grammar can produce. Suppose I am going to take a string like this, id asterisk id minus id. So we need to produce the parse for this string with the help of the given grammar, with the help of the given grammar protections. So here I am going to produce the parse tree for this string which we can generate through this grammar, okay. So e tends to what, you can take what, e asterisk f, okay, and through this e you can directly get what, f, because you need what, id. So you can directly get what, f through this e, and through this f you can get what, id. Through this f you can get what, id, understand. So after asterisk we have id minus id. So we are not going to generate this f directly by the id. We have the another protection, f minus f. So I am going to replace this f minus f, okay. हम लोग इसको f minus f से replace कर देंगे. Now we can replace this f by id, and minus is there, yes, and after that this f also id. So we are getting this string from this grammar, okay. This is a parse tree, so which we are getting from here. यहाँ से हमें ये मिल रहा है, ठीक है. This is we are getting, okay, we are getting id asterisk id minus id, okay. So you can clearly see from this parse tree, minus is coming at the lower level from the asterisk. So definitely minus precedence is greater from asterisk in this parse tree. So as I told you, which operator is present at the lower level, the operator precedence is higher from the upper level operators. So the another string which we can generate from this grammar is what, we can generate what, id. This is another protection, we can start from this protection, okay. So id plus id minus id. So you can say that asterisk and plus both are at the same level, So asterisk and plus precedence is what, same, एस्ट्रिक और एफ की प्रेसिडेंस क्या होगी, सेम होगी, बिकॉज बोथ आर एट द सेम लेवल, मीन्स ई इज जनरेटिंग दिस प्रोडक्शन ऑल्सो एंड ई इज जनरेटिंग दिस प्रोडक्शन ऑल्सो, so that's why both are at the same level. Okay guys, so id plus id minus id, so I am going to generate the pass tree for this one, and through with the help of that pass tree we can generate कि माइनस का जो प्रीसीडेंस है वो सही में हायर है फ्रॉम द एस्ट्रिक एंड प्लस. So to generate this string we need to start this e, we need to start reduce this e, f plus is what, e, and this f we can directly get what, id, and e also producing what, e also producing this f. Okay, e also producing this f, so here I am going to reduce this e by f, and through this f is also producing what, f minus f. Okay, very simple. So I am going to replace it by f minus and f. From this f you can get what, directly id, and from this f you can also get directly what, id. So what we are getting, we are getting this, we are getting what, this, we are getting this whole thing, id plus id minus id. So from this pass tree you can also understand that this minus is coming at the lower level. If we are generating the pass tree for this string also, which we can generate through the through this given grammar. Okay guys, so from both the places minus precedence is higher, minus precedence is greater from plus, and from the from both the pass tree you can see plus and asterisk are at the same level in the pass tree. So plus and asterisk precedence are equal. So अगर ये भी आपको लिखना है, they can ask you like this, which operators precedence are equal. So plus and this is the extra information, plus and asterisk operator precedence are equal, operator precedence are equal guys. Okay, so let's see, check the option. Asterisk has higher precedence, no. Minus has higher precedence than asterisk, yes. So that's why option B is correct here, option B is finally correct here. Let's read the next question. Plus and minus has same precedence, no. Plus and asterisk have the same precedence, so that's why this option is again wrong. Plus has higher precedence, plus has higher precedence, it is saying you, means plus has higher precedence, so blindly wrong option. Okay, so which option is correct here? Option B is correct here guys. Good question. They can ask you different type of questions from that types of concept. Let's see the question number second. The graph that shows basic blocks and their successor relationship is called. Okay, so first we need to understand what is basic blocks. So basic blocks is what? Basic blocks is a consecutive sequence of the statements in which control enters at the beginning and leaves at the last without any branching and possibility of halting. Okay, so this is what basic blocks. So basic blocks पे अगर हम लोग control flow information add कर देते हैं, then that will become what? Then that will become what? Flow graph. Okay, if we are going to add what? Control flow information on the basic blocks, then it will become what? Flow graph, and it is a directed graph. और वो कैसा graph होता है हमारा? Directed graph होता है. So this is the directly information which you can take through the concept. Okay, so it is asking you what? The graph that shows basic blocks and their successor relationship is called. Okay, so like this, suppose we have the basic blocks, this is suppose B1, okay, this is suppose B2, and this is suppose what? B3. So in B3 and they are connected with each other because consecutive sequence of statements. Basic blocks is what? Consecutive sequence of statements. So एक के बाद एक connected होगा. Suppose in B3 we have that types of information, we have that types of control information. Means suppose in B3 we have the instruction what? I10, and at the instruction I10, okay, we have what? Go to statement. We have what? Go to statement. Go to I2. Go to what? I2. Go to what? I2. And I2 is present suppose in B2, and I2 जो आपका है जिस पे वापस जाना है I10 से, वो किस में प्रेजेंट है? बेसिक ब्लॉक I2 में प्रेजेंट है. सो this will go from B3 to B2. Okay, means it is going to add what? Control information. So this is what basic block, this is what basic block. And in basic blocks, and as we know that basic block is a directed graph. Okay, so this is all about the basic block. This is all about, this is what? Flow graph. If we add what? Control information on the if we are going to show the relationship between their successor basic blocks, then it is what? Flow graph. Directly you can get the concept like this. So directed acyclic graph, no. Control graph, no. As I told you, this is a what? Basic this is what? Flow graph, in which you can what? You can show the successor relationship between the basic blocks like this. So directly option C is correct here, guys. Very good question. This is the flow graph. Hamiltonian graph, no. This is a wrong option. So option C is correct here, basic blocks. This is the question number 3rd. Read the question carefully. Consider, and this is what? Epsilon, and epsilon is nothing but what? Empty string. Okay, epsilon है ये हमारा, और epsilon क्या होता है? Epsilon is nothing but what? Empty string. Tree CFG, context free grammar. If for every pair of productions A tends to U and A tends to what? B, A tends to U and A tends to what? B, you can write it like this. अलग अलग लिखा हुआ है, और if you want to like write it combined, then you can write it what? U slash B, U slash what? B. You can write this different projection like this also. Yes. So statement first is saying what? If first of U intersection first of B is empty, then the context free grammar has to be LL1. So to check the grammar, the given grammar, the given context free grammar is LL1 or not, we have the 5 basic rules. So I am going to give you the extra information, and what are these 5 basic rules. So first rule is what? When all the projections are what? Unit projections. When all the projections are what? Unit projections, then grammar, then the given CFG grammar is always what? LL1. Unit projection is what? Like this. S tends to what? AB, A tends to what? A, and B tends to what? B. Means there is no slash something other projection. Okay, स्लैश करके कुछ भी नहीं गिवन हो किसी के साथ. सो ऐसे टाइप के प्रोटेक्शन हमारे क्या होते हैं? यूनिट प्रोटेक्शन होते हैं, जिसमें सिर्फ एक ही प्रोटेक्शन हो. हियर एस टेंड्स टू ए बी ओनली वन प्रोटेक्शन, नथिंग इज प्रेजेंट आफ्टर स्लैश. A tends to A, only one protection. B tends to B, only one protection. So that types of protection is called what? Unit protections. Okay, so when in the given CFG all the protections are what? Unit protections, then grammar is always what? LL1. पहला rule, ठीक है. Then grammar is what? LL1 when all the protections are what? Unit protections like this. Okay, then second rule is what? Second rule is what? If no left recursion in the given context free grammar, then grammar is what? LL1. Second rule is this. And what is left recursion? A tends to what? A alpha slash beta. Means in the given grammar, if no protection like this, means if no product if we do not have any left recursion in the given context free grammar, then grammar is always what? LL1. If left recursion is present there, then grammar is not LL1, like this. So ये present नहीं होना चाहिए, ठीक है. When that types of protection is not present in the grammar, means when left recursion is not present in the grammar, then grammar is always what? LL1. If it is present in the grammar, then it is not LL1. Okay, this is the second rule. Third rule, ये हमारा नहीं होना चाहिए, तब हमारी ग्रामर LL1 होती है. थर्ड रूल, लेफ्ट फैक्टरिंग. ओके, इफ लेफ्ट फैक्टरिंग इज नॉट प्रेजेंट इन द गिवन कॉन्टेक्स्ट फ्री ग्रामर, देन ग्रामर इज व्हाट? LL1. इफ इट इज प्रेजेंट इन द कॉन्टेक्स्ट फ्री ग्रामर, देन ग्रामर इज नॉट LL1. ओके, सो इस टाइप का प्रोटेक्शन भी नहीं होना चाहिए. ए टेंड्स टू व्हाट? अल्फा बीटा 1 स्लैश अल्फा बीटा 2 स्लैश डॉट डॉट डॉट. दिस इज व्हाट? लेफ्ट फैक्टरिंग. इफ इट इज प्रेजेंट, then the grammar is not LL1. When it is not present, then grammar is what? LL1. This is the third rule. And fourth rule is what? Suppose we have the protection like this. A tends to what? Alpha 1 slash alpha 2 slash alpha 3 slash dot dot dot. So we need to check what? First of alpha 1. We need to calculate first of alpha 1, and after that we need to do what? Intersection first of alpha 2. Again what? First of alpha 3. Again what? Need to do what? Intersection what? With first of alpha 3. This should be equal to what? 5. Okay, means the intersection of all the first, means alpha 1, alpha 2 and alpha 3 need to be what? Phi, need to be what? Empty set. When it is what? Empty set, then grammar is what? LL1. When it is not empty set, then grammar is what? Not LL1, like this. And fifth rule is what? Suppose you have the protection like this, A tends to what? Alpha slash epsilon. So we need to calculate what? First of alpha intersection what? Follow of A. This should be equal to what? Phi. When it is equal to phi, when intersection of first of alpha and follow of A is phi, means empty set is there, then grammar is what? LL1. Otherwise, when it is not empty set, intersection of both the things is not empty set, then grammar is not LL1. So these are the rules. Now हम अब अपने options को पढ़ते हैं, ठीक है. If first of u intersection first of v, this is nothing but this one. So this is alpha 1 and this is what? Alpha 2, and these are the terminals. So first of alpha 1 टर्मिनल का फर्स्ट क्या होगा? टर्मिनल ही होगा. सो फर्स्ट ऑफ अल्फा 1 क्या हो जाएगा यहाँ पे? फर्स्ट ऑफ अल्फा 1 क्या हो जाएगा हमारा यहाँ पे? मैं डायरेक्टली कर दे रहा हूँ उसको. फर्स्ट ऑफ अल्फा 1 यहाँ पे क्या हो जाएगा? u इंटरसेक्शन फर्स्ट ऑफ अल्फा 2, दिस इज नथिंग बट व्हाट? b, ऑल्सो ए टर्मिनल. सो b, so this is what? Equal to phi. Nothing is common there. This is equal to what? Phi. Means empty set is there, means the given context free grammar is what? LL1. So पहला ऑप्शन पढ़ लीजिए अब आप. If first of u intersection first of v is empty, then the context free grammar has to be LL1. Yes, has to be LL1. So this is a correct option. Need to read the second option. If the context free grammar is LL1, then first of u intersection first of v has to be empty. Okay, it is saying you what? If the कोई रिवर्स करके क्वेश्चन ऑप्शन बना दिया है. If the context free grammar is LL1, then first of u intersection first of v has to be empty. Yes, has to be empty from this rule. Okay, from this rule need to has to be empty. Okay, so this option B is also correct. In option C, what we have? Both A and B are true. Yes, both A and B are true. Yes, both A and B are true. So finally option C is correct here. Okay, none of these कोई चांस ही नहीं बनता, ठीक है. Both the options are correct regarding to the LL1 rules. Okay, so this is the question number 3rd. This is the question number 4. Again a good question. A shift reduce parser carries out the actions specified within braces immediately after reducing with the corresponding rule of the grammar. These are the corresponding rules of the grammar. Okay, these are the corresponding rules of the grammar. Understand, guys? What is the translation? These are the translation rules, you can say that. What is the translation of this string? What is the translation of this string? So it is using what? Shift reduce parser. Shift reduce parser is nothing but what? Bottom up parser. Okay, this parser comes under the category of bottom up parser. So these are the translation rules, and we need to use what? Bottom up parser, means shift reduce parser, to print the given string. Okay, guys, so need to take this string x, 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 y, z and z. We need to use these translation rules also, so which we can handle. Okay, we can handle this by, first we can handle this by through what? Through s, through s, through s. Okay, guys, and we need to print is what? We need to print is what? 2, because we are first handle this by. Okay, through this s, and after z and z, and after that which we can handle from the given translation rule, we can handle this sz, we can handle this sz, and the translation rule of this sz is what? 3. We need to print is what? 3, and we can handle this sz, means we can reduce this sz by w. Okay, so here x, 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 and here what we can put? We can put what? W, and z is there. Okay, and what we can print here? We can print here what? 3. Okay, guys, so after that what which we can handle here? So we can handle this x, x, w, we can handle this x, x, w through this translation rule, and what we need to print? We need to print is what? 1. So at the place of this x, x, w we can put is what? X. This is the handle. Okay, so हम यहाँ पे लिख दे रहे हैं x, x, and at the place of this x, x, w what we can write? We can write this s and z, and here what we can print here is what 1. Okay, so which one is the next handle? So next handle is this sz, next handle is not xz, next handle is not xz, next handle is what this sz. Okay, so this sz is what this you can handle this through the w, so xxw, and here you can print is what 3. Okay, you can print is what 3. Again this xxw you can handle by the first production, and you need to print is what 1. So yes, we are directly getting is what yes s, and s is the starting symbol of the grammar. So from we are starting from bottom and we are getting what up, means we are getting what a starting symbol of the grammar. Okay guys, so here what we need to print after 3, translation rule of this first production is what 1, we need to print is what 1. So what we are getting 2 3 1 3 1, 2 2 3 1 3 1, 2 3 1 3 1. Okay, so every time they asked that question in GATE, and they also asked various time in previous year public sector unit companies also. So you need you can go like this for the shift reduce parser. So this is my question number 5. Okay, let's see the question number 5 and read it carefully first. सबसे पहले हम इसको पढ़ेंगे अच्छे से. Consider the grammar given below. Consider the grammar given below. This is the grammar. It is asking you what the number of items in this set go to. Okay, I naught comma less than is, means to calculate what canonical set of items, first we need to make the given grammar is what augmented grammar. Okay, first we need to what make the given grammar is what augmented grammar. So what is the augmented grammar? So you need to add this protection also, s dash to s. This is the augmented grammar. S tends to this b slash id slash b, b tends to this a comma s comma capital C, a tends to what id, c tends to what id. Okay, this is the augmented grammar. This grammar is what augmented grammar. This grammar is what augmented grammar, guys. So I am going to calculate what canonical set of items. So this is what I naught state. So s dot 2 dot s. Okay, so हम लोग डॉट पुट कर देते हैं सबसे पहले वाले जो हमने जो ऑगमेंटेड ग्रामर के लिए ऐड किया है. सो जब भी हम लोग डॉट पुट कर देते हैं और डॉट किसी भी वेरिएबल के सामने आता है, ठीक है, सो उस वेरिएबल से जितने भी प्रोटेक्शंस होते हैं हमारी ऑगमेंटेड ग्रामर में उठा के हम इस वाले स्टेट में रख देते हैं और सबके सामने डॉट पुट करते रहते हैं. ठीक है, वी नीड टू पुट डॉट इन फ्रंट ऑफ ऑल द प्रोटेक्शंस, एंड वी ऑल्सो नीड टू take if we are encountering the dot in front of any variable, then we need to take all the protections from the augmented grammar which is starting from the s. तो s से हमारा यहाँ पे क्या क्या स्टार्ट हो रहा है, s tends to dot b स्लैश, इसको ऐसे नहीं लिखेंगे, यहाँ पे ऐसे लिखेंगे इसको, s tends to dot id, s tends to dot b. Okay, s tends to dot b. So this is all about the I naught state. This is all about the I naught state, because here we are not getting the dot in front of any variable like b, a and c. Okay, so we are not going to put these productions which is starting from b and a and c in the I naught state. Okay, so they can ask you the question like this also, in I naught state how many items we have. Okay guys, so suppose here you are going to give, they are asking you what on I naught state when you are giving this less than sign. So I am going to give what less than on I naught state. So what you will get, what how many items you will get, they want to ask you. Okay, so when you will give this less than on this, so here, so s tends to what, s tends to this dot will shift. Okay, dot b like this. So here we are getting what dot in front of b. So we need to write all the protections of b. Okay, we need to write all the protections of b which is starting from b from the augmented grammar by putting dot. So b tends to what, dot a comma s, b tends to what, dot s, b tends to what, dot c. Okay, So here dot is encountering in front of A, so we need to write all the production which is starting from A. So A tends to what? Dot id, and we are again getting what? Dot in front of S, so we need to write all the productions from the augmented grammar which is starting from S. So यहाँ से फिर से लिख दो इसको. So S tends to what? This dot V, S tends to what? Dot id, S tends to what? Dot B. Okay, and we are also getting dot in front of C, so we need to write the production of C also from the augmented grammar which is starting from C. So C dot id. Okay, so that much of states, that much of state you will get when you will give what? This less than operator on I naught state. Okay guys, so how many production is there? How many items is there in I1? 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9. 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9. How many? 9 items we are getting when we are giving what? This less than operator on I naught state. Okay, so option A 8 no, option B 6 no, option C 7 no, option D 9. Yes, 9 is a correct. 9 items we are getting when we are giving what? This less than on the I naught state. Very good question. Okay, so that types of question they can ask you. This is the next question. Read the question carefully. Consider the following grammar. This is a given grammar. S tends to FR, R tends to asterisk S slash epsilon, and F tends to what? ID. Okay, F tends to what? ID. Okay guys, in the predictive parser table M, so predictive parser table is nothing but what? LL1 parsing table. Okay guys, predictive parsing table is nothing but LL1 parsing table, and LL1 parsing table is a top down parser. Okay, LL1 parser is a top down parser of the grammar. The entries, it is asking you the entries in the table. Okay, means entries in the table on S and R. Okay, let's see. So to make a LL1 parsing table, so what is the structure of the LL1 parsing table? First we need to understand the structure of the LL1 parsing table. So हम लोग क्या करते हैं? सबसे पहले यहाँ पे हम लोग यहाँ पे variables is nothing but what? Non terminals, variables slash non variables. Non variables is nothing but what? Or you can variable slash terminal, you can put like this also, variable slash terminals, variable slash terminals. So variable हम लोग यहाँ पुट करेंगे. कितने वेरिएबल हैं इस ग्रामर में? S, R and F. Divide it like this. And how many terminals we have? Asterisk, ID. Okay, and by default हम लोग क्या पुट कर देते हैं? डॉलर भी पुट कर देते हैं. ओके, डॉलर भी पुट कर देते हैं हम लोग यहाँ पे. ठीक है गाइस, सो अब इसको हम लोग कैलकुलेट करते हैं. टू फिल अप द एंट्रीज ऑफ द LL1 पासिंग टेबल वी नीड व्हाट? फर्स्ट ऑफ ईच एंड एवरी वेरिएबल. ओके गाइस, बट इफ एनी वेरिएबल इज प्रोड्यूसिंग व्हाट? एप्सिलॉन लाइक दिस, then we need to calculate the follow of that variable also to put the entries in the parsing table, LL1 parsing table. So first of सबसे पहले हम लोग first of S calculate कर लेते हैं. So first of S equal to what? First of F. First of F. So first of F equal to what? Only first of F. First of F equal to what? Only ID. Only what? ID. Okay guys. And first of R here is equal to what? First of R here equal to what? First of R asterisk comma epsilon, asterisk comma epsilon. Okay, and first of F here is what? Only ID. Only what? ID. Okay guys, so as I told you, if any variable is generating what? Epsilon like this, so we need to calculate the follow of that variable. So follow of R is what? Follow of R equal to here is what? So to calculate the follow of R, we need to see R is anywhere present in the right hand side of the projection. Yes, R is present here. So R is following directly S. R is following directly what? S. means follow of R contains whatever is present in the follow of S. Okay, and S here is what? Starting symbol of the grammar. So as we know that in the follow set of the starting symbol of the grammar is what? Dollar is always present there. Okay, so follow of R equal to what? Follow of S, and follow of S equal to what? Dollar. Follow of S equal to what? Dollar. And follow of S means follow of S is present here, so it is also following what? R. So yes, only dollar is there. Okay, so entry put कर देते हैं हम लोग. First of S equal to first of F equal to what? ID. So ID के एंट्री में हम लोग ये वाली, और क्योंकि फर्स्ट के एस में ओनली वी हैव ID, सो वी कैन पुट दिस प्रोडक्शन इन द ID अंडर दिस S. So S tends to what? FR. S tends to what? FR. Okay, first of R is what? Asterisk comma epsilon. So asterisk we are getting from this protection. R tends to what? So here we can put what? R tends to what? Asterisk S. Okay, and here what we have? We have what? From R variable we have epsilon also. So we need to put this R tends to epsilon in the follow set of R. So follow set of R में हमारे पास क्या है? सिर्फ डॉलर. So यहाँ पे हम क्या पुट कर देंगे? R tends to what? R tends to what? Epsilon. Okay guys, and for first of F equal to what? Only ID. So we can put this protection here in this set. F tends to what? ID. So this is the LL1 पार्सिंग टेबल. अब हम लोग एंट्री चेक कर लेते हैं. सो इस टेबल में S पे ID के अंडर में क्या पड़ा हुआ है? S टेंड्स टू FR. और इस टेबल में जो M टेबल है हमारी, इस टेबल में R के उसमें रो में अंडर डॉलर क्या पड़ा हुआ है? R टेंड्स टू व्हाट? एप्सिलॉन. सो डायरेक्टली यू कैन चेक ऑप्शन ए R टेंड्स टू FR. यस, R टेंड्स टू FR. and option B, sorry, and second is one is what? R tends to epsilon. Yes, so directly no need to check further. Option A is correct here. Option A is correct here. So that types of question they can ask you. S tends to FR, yes, but this is not an empty set. S tends to FR and R tends to asterisk S. No, R tends to epsilon is there. Option D, F2 ID and R2 epsilon. F2 ID not. S tends to FR. It is asking not on F. It is asking on S. Okay, so option A is correct here, guys. This is the question number 7. Listen, read it carefully. The grammar S tends to what? ASA/BS/C is. Okay, guys. So to check means it is a LL1 or not, or LR1 is or not. We need to go through the concept जो हमने बताए थे. So it looks like this. A tends to what? Alpha1/alpha2/alpha3. Okay, what is alpha1 here? This is alpha1, this is alpha2, and this is what? Alpha3. We need to take what? First of alpha1, alpha2 and alpha3. So first of alpha1 what? So first of alpha1 equal to what? This A. Okay, first of alpha2 what from here? Directly you can check this B. And first of alpha3, directly you can get this C. First of terminal is what? Terminal. So this C. So when you will do what? Intersection between these, then you are getting what? Phi. Means nothing is common there. You are getting is what? Phi. तो इस चीज़ से ये बात तो पता हो गई कि given grammar हमारी क्या है? LL1 है. The given grammar is what? LL1. Okay guys. So we need to check also given grammar is LR1 or not. Okay guys. So इसके लिए हमारे पास एक पार्सर्स का रिलेशनशिप डायग्राम होता है. LR0 what? SLR1. After that what? LALR1. After that what we have? LR1, or you can say that what? CLR1. Both the things are equal. LR1 or CLR1, both the things are equal. So and here what we have? Here we have what? LL1. LL1 is a subset of all the bottom up parsers. So when the grammar is LL1, then it should be what? It should be LR1. जब ग्रामर हमारी LL1 है तो LR1 जरूर होगी, because it's a LL1 is a subset. Okay, so it's a LR1 also. So let's check the option LL1 but not LR1. Wrong option. It both LL1 and LR1. LR1 but not LL1. Wrong. Both LL1 and LR1. Yes. Option C is correct here. Option C हमारा correct है यहाँ पे. Neither LL1 nor LR1. Wrong option. So which option is correct here? Option C is correct here, guys. Okay. This is the next question again from that concept, but it's a good question. Consider the following grammar G. This is the grammar. Which of the following statements is slash are correct? Statement S1 is what? LL1 can pass all strings that are generated using grammar G. सो स्टेटमेंट पढ़ने से पहले हम लोग पहले ये पता कर लेते हैं, बिफोर रीडिंग दिस स्टेटमेंट वी नीड टू डिसाइड द गिवन ग्रामर, द गिवन CFG ग्रामर इज व्हाट LL1 और नॉट. सो टू चेक दैट, सो इसको चेक करने के लिए हमें क्या पता करना चाहिए कि हमें सपोज दिस प्रोडक्शन यू कैन टेक लाइक दिस इज alpha1 and this is what alpha2, this is what alpha1 and this is what alpha2. So first of F is here what? First of F intersection first of H. So first of F directly you can get what? P comma C intersection, and first of H is what? D comma C. D comma C. So when you are going to take what? Intersection, then what you are getting from here? One element is similar, common, C. So you are not getting what? Empty set. You are not getting what? Phi. Okay. So this is that thing is violating the rule of the LL1 grammar. So you can say that this grammar is not LL1. This grammar is not LL1. Not LL1. अब हमें इतना पता चल गया ग्रामर हमारी LL1 नहीं है. अब हम लोग स्टेटमेंट पढ़ लेते हैं. So LL1 statement S1 is what? LL1 can pass all strings that are generated by using grammar G. This is the grammar. So how it can generate all strings when it is not LL1? Okay, so wrong statement. Okay guys. S2 जब ये LL1 ही नहीं है, as we saw in the previous question, जैसा हमने previous question में देखा था कि LL1 is a subset of all the bottom up parsers. So when it is not LL1, then how it will be what? LR1. जब LL1 ही नहीं है तो LR1 कैसे हो जाएगी? So this is also a wrong statement. LR1 can pass all these strings. How it can pass all these strings when the grammar is not LL1? When it is not LL1, then how it will be what? LR1. Okay. So अब हम लोग पढ़ लेते हैं. Only S1 no. Okay, no. Only S2 no. Both S1 and S2 no. Okay, neither S1 nor S2 yes. Option D is correct here. Option D is correct here. Neither S1 nor S2, दोनों में से कोई भी स्टेटमेंट हमारा सही नहीं है, क्योंकि ग्रामर ही हमारी LL1 नहीं है. जब वो LL1 नहीं है तो LR1 भी कैसे हो जाएगी? ठीक है. So this is a good question. They can ask you, they can take this concept and they can make you different questions. मतलब कॉन्सेप्ट ये रखेंगे और डिफरेंट लैंग्वेज में डिफरेंट क्वेश्चंस बना सकते हैं. ठीक है. So this is the question number 9. Let's see the question. A canonical set of items is given below. This is the canonical set of items. Means this is any state in the canonical set of item. On input symbol of greater than, the set has. Means this is any state. This can be any state in the during the calculation of the canonical set of item. Okay. Suppose you can consider it what? I2 state. Okay. So it is asking you on giving what? On giving this greater than sign, कौन सी चीज़ यहाँ पे हो रही है? So when we are going to give this greater than, then what you will get? This dot will shift here. So L greater than dot R. Okay, and here this is only one protection which you can get when you are giving what? This greater than. Okay, on this canonical set of state. So here only shift operation is going on. Here only this dot is only going to shift. Here only we are getting what? Shift operation only. Shift operation only. So it is asking you which of the following is correct when we are giving this greater than on this canonical set of items. So here a shift reduce conflict, no, only shift conflict is there, no reduce conflict is there. Okay, shift reduce conflict and reduce conflict, no, wrong option. A shift reduce conflict and not a reduce conflict. Shift reduce conflict है ही नहीं. ठीक है, only shifting, this dot is only shifting, not reducing any protection on this dot. Okay, option C, a reduce conflict but not a shift reduce conflict, no. Option D, yes, neither shift reduce conflict nor reduce conflict. So option D is correct here. Option D is correct here. So I am going to give you the extra information, means how you can see means there is a shift reduce conflict or there is a reduce conflict. So you can see like this. Suppose you have the any canonical set of items state like this s dot greater, s dot greater like this, and you have this like this, you can take like this, q tends to what, greater than only operator, like this you can take like this. So this is any state, okay. So when you will give here what, this greater than operator on this canonical set of item state, then what you will get, you will get this dot will shift here. So s tends to this l greater than dot, means this grammar is fully reduced. After this dot we do not have anything, means we do not have any variable or terminal. So this protection is reduced fully here. And what, when you will give what, greater than sign on this protection also, this is also going to what, fully reduced, okay. So here what, reduce conflict is here, means when you are going to give any operator or any variable, then on that operator on variable by giving the input उस इनपुट को देने के बाद अगर हमें दोनों प्रोटेक्शन रिड्यूस हो जाते हैं हमारे फर्दर, उसके बाद डॉट के बाद कोई प्रोटेक्शन नहीं है, सो वो रिड्यूस कॉन्फ्लिक्ट है. अगर इसी में हम लोग इसको ऐसे देख लें, इसी को हम लोग ऐसे देख लें, s टेंड्स टू l डॉट ग्रेटर देन r, ओके, एंड q टेंड्स टू ओनली डॉट ग्रेटर, दिस इज एनी state. So when we will give what, this greater than sign, so this dot will shift here, s tends to what, l greater than dot r, okay, means this grammar is not going to reduce, this is only shifting the dot operator, okay. And here this q greater than dot, okay, means this protection is going to reduce here, but here this dot is only shifting, not reducing the protection, okay. So that types of thing is called what, shift reduce conflict, okay. So clearly now you can see from here not present that types of conflicts, okay. So here which option is correct, option D is correct, means neither shift reduce conflict is there, not reduce conflict is there, okay. So this is a good question. Question number 10, this is also a good question, read it carefully. Which of the following suffixes to convert an arbitrary CFG to an LL1 grammar, okay guys. So as we all know that if the grammar is what, LL1, then it should be what, unambiguous. अगर ग्रामर LL1 है, सो ये क्या हो जाएगी, अनएम्बिग्यूअस हो जाएगी, अनएम्बिग्यूअस CFG होगी, वो अनएम्बिग्यूअस ग्रामर होगी, ठीक है. मीन्स ऑल LL1 ग्रामर इज व्हाट, अनएम्बिग्यूअस, बट इट इज नॉट COT की ऑल अनएम्बिग्यूअस ग्रामर इज व्हाट, LL1, okay, because LL1 is a subset of the unambiguous grammar. So all LL1 grammar is what, unambiguous, means when the grammar is what, LL1, then it should be what, unambiguous. अब यहाँ पे ऑप्शंस को पढ़ते हैं हम लोग. रिमूविंग लेफ्ट रिकर्शन अलोन, मतलब CFG को LL में, CFG कोई ग्रामर है उसको LL1 में कन्वर्ट कर देगी, तब जब हम लोग लेफ्ट रिकर्शन रिमूव कर देंगे फ्रॉम ग्रामर से. रिमूविंग लेफ्ट फैक्टरिंग अलोन, रिमूविंग लेफ्ट रिकर्शन एंड लेफ्ट फैक्टरिंग द ग्रामर. सो when you will remove what, left factoring and left recursion from the grammar, then it will not ensures you the grammar is what, unambiguous. It may be ambiguous ना, अगर आप लेफ्ट रिकर्शन और लेफ्ट फैक्टरिंग रिमूव भी कर दोगे गिवन से कॉन्टेक्स्ट फ्री ग्रामर से, सो वो आपको ये इंश्योर नहीं करेगी, आपको गारंटी नहीं प्रोवाइड करेगी कि ग्रामर आपकी अनएम्बिग्यूअस है. ग्रामर में भी एम्बिग्यूअस, एंड व्हेन द ग्रामर में भी एम्बिग्यूअस, देन हाउ इट कैन बी व्हाट, LL1 ग्रामर, ओके, देन हाउ इट कैन बी LL1 ग्रामर. अगर ग्रामर एम्बिग्यूअस भी हो सकती है, अगर ग्रामर एम्बिग्यूअस है आफ्टर रिमूविंग द लेफ्ट रिकर्शन एंड लेफ्ट फैक्टरिंग, सो वो कैसे LL1 ग्रामर हो सकती है. सो गारंटी नहीं दे सकते आप कि आफ्टर रिमूविंग लेफ्ट फैक्टर एंड लेफ्ट रिकर्शन एंड लेफ्ट फैक्टरिंग जो ग्रामर आपको मिलेगी वो अनएम्बिग्यूअस मिलेगी, वो एम्बिग्यूअस भी हो सकती है, ठीक है. सो दैट्स वाई जरूरी नहीं है कि अगर वो एम्बिग्यूअस हुई तो LL1 नहीं होगी. सो रिमूविंग लेफ्ट रिकर्शन अलोन, नो नॉट ए गारंटी कि ग्रामर आपकी अनएम्बिग्यूअस होगी. रिमूविंग लेफ्ट फैक्टरिंग अलोन, नो. Removing both left recursion and left factoring will not give you the guarantee grammar is what, unambiguous. So when it may be what, ambiguous. So when it may be ambiguous, then how it can be what, LL1. So which option is correct here? Option D is correct here. No A B C. तो A B C में से कोई भी option correct नहीं है. So option D is correct here. Okay guys. So these are the 10 questions. यहाँ पे हमने लगभग सारे concept को cover कर लिया यहाँ पे, ठीक है guys. और आप तीनों वीडियो के आप थ्रू जब जाएंगे तो सारे कॉन्सेप्ट आपके कवर हो जाएंगे और डेफिनेटली यू विल गेट द क्वेश्चन फ्रॉम दीज वीडियोस एंड थैंक यू ऑल.
If you really like the video, please hit the like button, share the video, subscribe to our YouTube channel and press the bell icon for the latest updates. Thank you.